Welcome back. It's Japan 13. Let's take a look at what Konradian did. 2 fighters, 2 infantry to protect his fleet. That's very smart. And he hit everything in Germany. And there's one problem. All my bombers died. So I said, that's strange. Didn't I create a super special profile for bombers to die after tanks? I checked my video. Turns out, yes, I did. But for whatever reason, it did not apply for some reason and instead defaulted to some other defense profile, which leads me to be very confused because that reduced his odds of capture from, I can't remember what it was, maybe 30% or so. Now it's 77%. And that's not good. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure what to do here because my entire strategy hinged upon either wiping out this fleet here or, blasting Karelia. And that little hiccup in the game may have lost us this game. So that's a little frustrating, especially since I made sure to change the profile on my turn. Didn't work. Don't know why. Not happy about it. So we're just going to continue down the normal route. I'm going to buy some bombers, some land units, and I'm going to gripe about it. So, I don't know, maybe I'll nuke this and hope that, I don't know what I'm hoping for. I'm just in a little bit of a foul mood right now after that, so I'm gonna nuke this because I previously noted that let's see, United Kingdom, he has his defense profile for infantry to die after or anti-aircraft guns to die after, other units, which I think is a flaw. 10 versus whatever that should be enough. I am purposely not taking this territory. As much as I'd like to, there's just a really high chance that I end up not... I'm more likely to lose Berlin than I'm to hold it. I mean, that's the fact of the matter. It sucks, but we have to live in reality, not fantasy. So I'm going to plan accordingly and not take this territory, and by doing that, maybe if it becomes a US and UK versus Japan sort of game, that I'll have the ability to get that extra income instead of it being locked as German income. I have a 11% chance on Western US, but I don't think that's worth taking right now, so I won't. I'd rather scare him here, force him to trade a fighter against that, maybe. I don't know. Where can this bomber reach? Nowhere I want it to go. That is so frustrating that happened. So very frustrating that happened, and there's just nothing I can do about it. Nothing I can do about it. I thought I took the precautions, but it just shows you, the game's wonky. I'm not quite sure how it decides to apply defense profiles. Alright. Let's try this. Yeah, I know it's implausible, but if it kills even one unit, that makes my odds better. Damn it. He swapped to AA first. And I only got one hit. Well. And he hit back. My god, this game is... frustrating me. 2 hits. This game is frustrating me, let me tell you. Three out of 3. Okay, well. Take some units there. Maybe we'll be able to retake the capital. Let's change my defense profile. Who knows if it's actually working? Who knows if it's actually working, these defense profile changes? Alright, move the boys to there. I guess one of you can grab units there. Hold on. Up. This unit, see, I built 9 land units, so 3 are there, 3 are there. How many are going to be here? 3. Maybe I'll just grab some extra units here just to I'm not quite sure. How many transports do I have? 3 there. Maybe I'll just take 1 infantry and keep it here so these guys can keep the shuck up. Maybe put more pressure here on Western US. I don't want to add more units here because he could just come at these with a bunch of destroyers and wipe it, so I'd like to keep this navy here relatively secure. I guess I can remove this United Kingdom at A after Inf, because we know that's no longer true. Frustrating game. Can't do anything about it. Let me enter, leave and re-enter to make sure my defense profile applies what I have it at. bomber first. It's a 77.1% capture by him if my defense profile is correct. Super frustrated that it was not correct last turn, but what can you do? Alright. As per tradition, we're going to put those guys there. I guess I'll put... Maybe I'll put the artillery here. Now, the question is, where do I want the bombers? So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I can use the bombers to potentially retake Berlin. That might be a smarter play. I originally planned to put them over here to add more pressure on Western US. But I think, well, pressuring Western US is attractive. It's, well, am I okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is attractive. But I think it's probably more important to try to re-secure Berlin until, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's more important. In hindsight, I probably should, instead of moving the infantry there, I should have moved it here so these transports can pick up 2 units instead of 1 next turn. Just not used to being in this sort of situation. Frustrating. Alright, let's try this. Certainly got good income, but anyway, that's it for now. Catch you guys next time for Germany 14. Welcome back. It's Japan 14. Let's take a look at what Konradian did. Bought 14 land units. And he hit Berlin, and not only did he not get unlucky, he got a top 34%. He only lost 1 fighter, and I lost everything. He killed the cruiser here, and no hit back on the fighter in Eastern Canada. So, shit. I mean, what can you do? I've just kind of accepted that this isn't my game, but I'm still going to try. We are at a big deficit, but, well, I mean, I think it's still playable because we have Africa for now. But the US keeping this huge plane stack, and the fact that I skipped sinking the UK Navy to have better defense odds is... I still think I made the right choice not hitting this Navy in order to have better odds, but it's just a shame that it didn't work out, especially that stupid defense profile glitch. That really sabotaged things. But oh well, can't fix it. So I'm just going to buy a bunch of land units, going to try to build more planes. He gave us a 40% chance to sink 9 transports. The odds aren't great, but they exist. So, I mean, I'm not sure what to do there. I'll keep funneling units here into Alaska, and it's annoying. I mean, UK is pretty poor, even with holding France. I'm gonna have to pull this back because that's 14 freaking planes. There's not a popsicle shot in hell that I'm going to actually take Berlin. You know, he's gonna place 10 units. He's gonna move 6 from here, 12 planes. No chance. No chance at all. But, you know, I mean, what else am I gonna do, right? So I'll just keep cracking at it, see if maybe I can get naval superiority at some point. If I can keep him out of Africa, that would be swell. But it's going to be a tough game for us. Well, it's been a tough game, but we're just going to keep doing the best we can. I think even though this is only a 40% clear, it's such a huge value shift in our direction that I think it's worth it. I think he made a mistake sending, clearing this out when he could have, made this more airtight. There's so many units there, but we'll see. Might be a bait. Possible. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 for 6, but he does have the battleship, but I have a bit more attack power, so we'll see how it goes. That was below average. Well, I can't exactly retreat. I can't retreat. Well, it was just another donation, huh? That was a bottom 23%. What else is new in the world? Should send more units to Africa. I don't mind giving him these territories here. I need to send these back. All right. See if these guys go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where will I put those bombers? I should probably, I don't know, it is a little tempting to put the bombers in Japan because they can reach Western US. He might miss it. The reason I said I couldn't retreat with the bombers is they'd have to land here, which would be a death sentence. Darn, I was really hoping I could take that out. Nice to have. Would I want a tank here? Or is a tank better here? I think it'd be kind of nice to have a tank over in over in this theater. If I have a tank in Western Canada that can blitz down to Eastern US or in Western US, that would put on quite a bit of pressure. Alright, well, I guess that's it for now. Catch you guys next time for Japan 15, because there's no more Germany. Welcome back, it's Japan 15. Let's take a look at what Konradian did. Bought 23 infantry, wowie zowie. Took Southern Europe, Eastern Canada, got really good dice here. Killed us. We only got 3 hitbacks with 9 infantry. That's kind of killing the Americas plan here. And as UK, that's kind of interesting. He hit Karelia. What did he hit it with? Okay, huh. Alright, well, he hit Karelia. That's that. Yeah, not 100% sure how we want to keep going about this, but my plan is, in order to win this game, I need some things to happen. One, I need to take Africa and Norway, and the only way I can do that is by eliminating his navy, or at least zoning it out. So I'm going to try to heavily focus on building planes to zone out his navy. I could hit this, but then I'd have to send more units in, or I can just abandon it. I ran the numbers, and it's like... I mean, it's a modest profit here to attack, but I just don't want to get distracted. I think this is a little bit of a distraction. I'm not sure if I should hit this or not. I think I should skip it, if for no other reason as I don't want to send more boats to Alaska to defend. I don't know, maybe it is worth it. Maybe it is worth it. Just to keep him pinned and focused here instead of attacking me. As long as I don't get terrible dice. Which, in some ways, feels like the theme of this game. And this will let me keep Alaska for another turn, so maybe that's worth something. I lost all my planes for 3 boats in Sea Zone 5, so that was a thing we did. Can't really contest here. I'm gonna try to let him recapture these territories for now, because German income does me no good. Maybe I can retake them as Japan if I'm fortunate. We have no odds on Berlin, as expected. We lost all our planes. That's just life. Okay. I think that's about all I can do. Well, that was a good roll. I'll just leave 4 here. I plan to evacuate these at the end of the turn, or next turn. There's no real reason to place it there. 62 is a little bit of a better spot. I'll keep walking these guys over towards Africa. Let's see if I can move these ships here, because I would like to force a response for the US and UK to spend some of their boats and navy defending Brazil, if possible. I'll move my stack here to try to protect. I don't want to move too many units to Karelia because the US has a gigantic plane stack that can trade it very efficiently. Once I eliminate their navy, or if I eliminate their navy, I'm speaking optimistically here, then we can start considering moving in and taking these territories. But he had a super lucky Germany, Berlin. Our defense profile didn't activate, and I just feel like I've just been unlucky this entire game. I don't know how I'm even still able to compete. This is 25 units. He has a little bit more than 25. I believe I ran the numbers. Right here, his odds are IPC negative. That's about all we can hope for. Who knows, maybe we can get some extra income. Yeah, I'll just move the navy this way to attempt to discourage Africa landings. If we can hold on to Africa and Norway, we can achieve maybe IPC parity. But you can already see now I'm at 86. That's with Alaska, and we're gonna lose that soon. So he's already at 74, and when he starts taking here, these territories, more of here, we're gonna be the ones that are behind. In fact, you can already see we're behind on attack power, especially after that attack. So, yeah. Tough position. You know, maybe this guy is better to put here, because I have the opportunity to send my fleet to attack Western Canada. And at least I exchange these units for something, and next turn I can bail them out if I so wish. Alright, I think this seems reasonable. I'd like to keep my units here, to try to hold him back as much as possible. Keep this income if I can. I'll keep some units there, force them to trade. I'll put the fighters... Where do I want the fighters? I'll put them here, because I can still reach C-Zone 5. Either he has to take this from Germany, or he has to give us the opportunity to... He either has to take that from us, or he has to give us the opportunity to trade this back. So I think that's reasonable. And the fighters from here can go 1, 2, 3, and trade if I so wish. The bombers go here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I think the bombers are better suited in Japan where, well, I mean, what are the odds he doesn't capture this? Almost 0. So maybe these guys can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I actually like the bombers in Russia now that I think about it. These guys are pulling out. I mean, I want to have some threat on Western US, but it's not going to be that valuable. I think zoning out the Navy and kicking them out of C-Zone 5 and being able to trade here is the most important thing. It's going to be hard. You know, he has 2 aircraft carriers. We killed almost nothing, but it's going to be the start of a long-term project. Let's see, if the bombers are in India, they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe India, because can these guys reach 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Yeah, sorry for wiffle waffling here. I think maybe India is a better place. Let's see, if I put them in Caucasus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I can still, Caucasus, man, Caucasus is just gonna be the air capital. Just offers so many options. And just to make sure he can't reach 1, 2, 3, he'd have to capture here or here. Alright, let's go with this. We need to take advantage of the time when his transports have to go back here before he can start heavily encroaching on Africa, because that's how we lose the game, is once he contests Africa and we get behind. I need to shut down his fleet. That's how we win. Alright. 86 production. Alright. You know, when we have that much income, obviously, it swings after every turn. Alright, that's it for now. Catch you guys next time for Japan 16. Welcome back, it's Japan 16. Let's look at what Konradian did. 13 land units and a bomber. Took Morocco, took Baltic. Looks like he's not afraid to take the territories, which I think is correct. Killed 2, lost 1 in Canada. No losses in Poland. Alright. So we're just going to keep the old plan, buy lots of planes. Let's try to capture here. I could hit this, but I don't think that's exactly the best way to play going forward. I'd like to use these fighters maybe more defensively. I'm not sure. And what can these guys hit? Not a whole lot. I'll just go after Western Canada, and we're going to pull out after this. Do I want to try to stack here? I don't really care about this territory that much. Can he attack us? That's the question. If we capture here, does he have odds on us? I apologize a little bit, guys, when I get in these kind of situations where I have to do a lot of calculations. I know it's not super fun to sit here and watch me punch things in on a calculator, but it is vitally important that I play correctly at this point in the game. I would like to stack. I very much would like to stack here. So if I send these fighters, they're just going to have to lie here naked, aren't they? I'm not a super big fan of that. I'm not a super big fan. Maybe I'll just use the fighters there, and maybe I'll hit here with an artillery and an infantry. I feel this is reasonable. I don't even really care about defending this. In some ways it would be nice if he took that. So I'll just send everything here. Maybe, see the fighters. I think we're okay. Alright, let's go with this. Yuck. That's certainly not what I wanted to see. Got it. Is this actually safe? I believe I ran the numbers, right? Yeah, it's IPC negative for him to hit it at least. Well, that turn could have been better. Certainly could have been better. I'm just going to slow walk these guys back into Africa. Let's abandon ship here. Might be worthwhile bringing another transport down here to put a little bit more relief efforts for let's see, how safe is this if I put my units here? You can go 1, 2. I think I think I'm safe, right, to put my fleet here. Let's do one sector at a time. This I have to pull back. I don't know what I want to do with these transports. Do I want the tank in Africa or do I want it up here? I feel like it might be a little bit more useful in Africa, maybe, for the mobility. Might also be good to have some bombers here for... He can't reach that with anything, right? Yeah, bombers to help zone out what he's got here. Yeah, you can hit with 3 destroyers. His fighters go 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that actually good attack? Maybe that is a good attack for him. That might actually be a good move for him. Move it. Should I move an infantry back here? I guess that doesn't really help get in range of these guys in any way. I want to meet up the fighters down here in 27, so I have a little bit more defensive capabilities, but it's proving to be difficult. This should be a bad attack. He can only hit with 4 infantry and 10 fighters. Or 8. Oh, 10 fighters. Actually, maybe that is a profitable attack for him up here. Maybe that was a mistake on my part. I'm not sure. Yeah, this is just a tough position for us. Actually, we'll keep this tank hot and frosty up here to have the potential to stack in Karelia and then smash Norway. I'm not sure what the right move is here. Fighters here. Guess bombers there is usual. Oh, I'm so hip using words like huge. Feels a little wasteful to put the bombers here, but at the same time, it is extremely important for me to zone out his navy as soon as possible. I can't let him retake Africa. Can't do it, or I lose. I Yeah, I need to try to zone him out, zone his fleet out. So we're gonna really invest heavily in the air while we still have the ground advantage. 90 IPCs is pretty nice, but yeah, they're catching up very quickly. All right, well, let's see where this goes. That's it for now. See you next time for Japan 17, now and forever. Welcome back. It's Japan 17. Let's take a look what Konradian did. Bought 12 land units, fighter transport artillery. Looks like he plopped that down to try to retake Hawaii. He did the attack I was a little afraid of on Karelia. He got slightly, he got around average, so that's a little expected. But he also left his fleet vulnerable, and didn't trade these territories back. So I'm going to count that as a win, because this should be a big swing for us, wiping out this fleet. Western Canada killed 2, lost 1. All right, let's look at UK. 4 Infina bomber. Killed 2. Wait. Wow, wow, did he get really good roll here? He hit with 4. Wow, he got a really good roll there. Only lost 2. Man, I just feel like I've been on the tail end of this the whole game, but hopefully things get a little better here. Alright, we're going to buy 12 land units, a sub, and more planes. We are, of course, going to be going for this. This is just a potluck. I'm shocked he gave us this chance to wipe out his navy. I'm shocked and pleased at the same time. Okay, I could attack this. See, that's 5, 6, 7. I'll have 1, 2. No. I take a bad fight when I can take a great one. Yeah, no real chance to get anything done here. I think I'm gonna have to retreat. I don't think I can hold this. I mean, let me quickly punch it into the calculator what my defense odds would look like. 20, 22 infantry, 3 artillery, 10 fighters against, what would I have there? I'll just assume he'd get a hit back. Yeah, grossly IPC positive fight for him. So I'm not going to do that. Wish I had something to attack with this bomber. But, yeah, that's what happens when you flub a attack like that. He shouldn't be able to take that back, right? Maybe I should look at that, because if he wants to hit that, he can hit it with... I mean, what would I even have left over? Let's assume he's going to get 1 hit. I should calculate this all out. I don't want to throw too many units here. Maybe... So I'll just assume he'll get 1 hit back. I'll have 8 infantry, artillery, and a tank. And he can hit with 2 infantry, 2 artillery, 8 fighters. is that a good attack for him? It's 1.7 IPC positive, but he's would also lose all of his boats again. So I don't think he's going to go for that. This should be like a sure thing, right? He has 6 against 10, and I have higher attack power. Nice, no hitbacks. This is the important one. Exactly average rolls. And he got average as well. Well, I guess he got one more fighter than he should have, but it's still a ridiculously profitable battle. Still a ridiculously profitable battle. Okay, so let's pull back with our big fat stack. I think I'd ideally like to be here in Ukraine. If possible. Oh, well, that was a little whoopsie on my part. I should have sacrificed a bomber. I didn't realize it had that range. Well, that was my bad. I should have played that slower and checked to see if that bomber was okay. Let's see. I'll move these guys here. I do want to have a little bit. I feel a little ashamed that I made that mistake with that bomber. Yeah. That was whoopsie, but we're still that was still a big win. Now we cut down his navy a lot. United Kingdom's going to have a lot more trouble landing planes or landing their drop ships. They might even build a complex here or here. We should be able to take Norway relatively safely, and then the game begins. Then we have a real chance at victory. I built a bomber to take this out. I don't know. What do I do with this guy? Just send him here? I kind of have more transports than I need. I guess we'll let him have Hawaii for a few turns. I'll have to fly some bombers out. Maybe I'll place some bombers here. How far can this guy go? Go 1, 2. This can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. No good. I guess I'll keep this bomber here for a little bit more range. We can move our fleet. I guess the transport has no business being there. I guess I'll just move these guys here to put a little bit more pressure on C-Zone 27 if he decides to go after it. Let's change this up. Let's fully unload these guys. I have no shortage of units that can reach Europe. I mean, at least in terms of desire. But reaching down into Africa's a little bit more complicated. We have to go 1, 2, 3, and such. So I'll position my transports that way. And I'm making this sub just to prevent him from doing this in the future. If he wants to do it, he's going to have to invest in a destroyer. Might be better to move my stack here. In fact, why even move that infantry there? The bomber is the linchpin. This is a better spot, has more range. That was a big turn for us, being able to wipe out this here and be able to securely take Finland. That's huge. If he didn't make that blunder, I think we'd continue falling farther behind. Poor bomber. Okay, sub here. Let's put these guys there. He's not going to really be able to put a fleet in range there anytime soon, so I'm going to place the bombers in a place where they have a little bit more reach. I'd like the artillery over in the European theater, because that's where I'm going to have most of my bulk. Actually, now that I think about it, you can just... Maybe the bombers in Manchuria is better. So weird to have more complexes than I can use as Japan. I usually take pretty good care to make sure that doesn't happen. Actually, I'll leave one bomber here, so it can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and take that transport out without cost. That's right, I put... Oh, Germany put the note. Alright. 89. Not terrible. But we're going to lose Alaska. Yeah, we're going to start losing some of Africa. So USA is going to go up 3. He's going to be like 83, and we're going to be in the 80s. So it's game on at this point. It's game on. Once we take Norway, the whole... It really makes a big difference. Getting 3 income for me, 6 less for him, or 3 less for them every turn. Makes a big difference. And we can also start parking planes here, which really zones out all of his options. All right, that's it for now. Catch you next time for Japan 18. Welcome back. It's Japan 18. Let's take a look what Konradian did. 17 land units, took Alaska, took the freebies, took out our poor bomber. Poland. Wow, he didn't get a single loss this turn. Well, that's kind of his thing though. All right, still gonna keep building up our Air Force. I have an opportunity to do nothing. I thought I could hit this, but I cannot. I thought I could do something, but I couldn't. Thought these bombers could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, don't have that territory. Makes sense. I don't think that's a great attack. How does this seem? Still don't have as many planes as I want. Still don't have as many as I want. I think I just full YOLO into here. If he wants to have a good exchange, he has to sacrifice a transport, and he has to sacrifice, and he has to skip out on these trades. I guess it's okay to add a little bit more here. He really doesn't have that much air. Kind of making me regret placing the bomber here. I don't think I want to go for Hawaiian Islands just yet. I'd rather wait for that bomber because I'm going to lose the transport, and I think 2 infantry against 1 is something like a 2 out of 3% capture. So I'd rather just, wait till I got the bomber to make it, 80-90% capture, since I'm going to lose the transport. It's just too expensive. Will this work? Let's try this. This is just a little scary. I think he totally would sacrifice a transport, though. But I want to hit this... Thing is, I want to hit this immediately. I don't want to allow him to build up more in Norway. I really need to capture this. It's super important. Okay, let's go. And he was smart enough not to take Libya. Hate playing against smart players. It's frustrating. Okay. Please don't hit back. That hit back actually makes a huge difference. Hit back makes a huge difference there. It's nice. Losing that one unit in Finland turned Finland from a like IPC neutral attack to a 7 IPC positive. Well, we got it. That's what's important. I may need to buy another tank to take Karelia. It's super important that I do. Okay. Okay, let's place some units here because I think there's a really good chance that he's going to go for Finland, and I would like to discourage that by threatening to capture Algeria. And it is a little nice that I'm able to just pin these 5 units here. Alright. Let's get more fighters here. Or bombers, rather. Are they better there, or are they better in Anglo-Egypt, Sudan? I feel they're actually better in Sudan, because it really puts pressure on all of his navy there. I'll just place those units there, move these forward. And he is making more units a turn than us, so that is something important to note. What about these fighters? I do want to eventually move some of these fighters down into Africa. Hey, how is this spot here? Out of curiosity, can I go 1, 2, 3, 4, can't... I feel like Corellia is the hot spot. That's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that dead zones. Corellia is actually really where we want to put our planes, if we have the choice, which we don't always. This will really help shut down his drops into Africa. I'd like to clean up Africa and secure that income, or he's going to have to buy some navy is what he has to do. The problem is he's building a lot. I'm building like 15 units a turn. He's building, he's building with UK and he's building US. He's building much more units than me, and his air force was just higher because he had a really good Berlin, and we failed that first Sea Zone 5 attack. So we'll see if he's going to sacrifice a transport to wipe this out. I actually probably would consider doing that. But we're going to keep trading, see how long we can leverage our old unit advantage from having leftovers here, and have space to build up our navy. Or not our navy, our air force. Because if we can lock down Africa, maybe sneak in Brazil, and just eliminate his navy from the game, that's how you win. You hold Norway, you hold Africa, you try to sneak these in, and then they're just huddled in Berlin alone and poor-ish on a relative scale. Do I really need this battleship here? I feel like I don't. I feel like I should start moving that battleship over towards this front. And if I want to mess around with Alaska, I can buy an aircraft carrier later or something. I really want to put pressure in Africa. That's my priority. This is what I want. I guess there isn't a super compelling need to move a transport back to 36, is there? Probably not going to use these complexes much at all. Okay. To here. And even though it's not the most efficient placement, maybe time-wise, I don't know. Should I... Maybe I should put the bombers over here just to have more units to trade, because I am doing a lot of trades. These guys will get there eventually. I think they'll forgive me for having to walk. But having, I just like this turn, I notice I don't have enough planes to trade things as cleanly as I would like. Alright, 85. Our income's been going down. Now they're at 92-ish, but hopefully if we can capture Norway, I think we might be able to take back Africa soon. You can tell he's not sending that many new units. He's only got 5 postured. I guess he has a lot postured there, but our increasing bomber spread is going to make it hard for him to hold anything other than West Africa and Morocco. And I'm going to keep on building that up. And hopefully by placing these units in Libya, that's he'll take that threat seriously and not wipe out Finland. This is a huge, huge fluctuation point. If he sacks a transport to attack it, it's going to be unfortunate for us. All right, that's it for now. Catch you guys next time for Japan 19. Welcome back. It's Japan 19. Let's take a look at what Konradian did. Bought 9 infantry, 3 artilleries, 2 planes. Hit Belgian Congo. Got really lucky there. No losses. Hit Libya. Killed 2, lost 2. Poland. No hit back. No losses. Bulgaria. No losses. Baltic. Lost 1. French Equatorial. Killed 2, lost 2. What did he hit them with? Okay, he only hit it with 3. Huh. Well, all around, probably decent round for him. Not too great. Not too terrible, but yeah, he got quite a bit of value. Oh, I'm sorry about the cough. God. I had this cough for a while. Anyway, same old, lots of infantry and some planes. Okay, so let's do this. Take Hawaii. Yeah, we're losing the transport, but hey, it's enduring income. It's worth something, right? Definitely want to take out Norway. Excuse me, I've been just coughing up a storm. Should I attack with 3? I'm not sure. I do want at least 2 fighters to go down here. The rest can just unload. Maybe I should just include the tank and hit with everything here. Add an extra unit there. I'm a little torn. Is it right to not use these fighters to bring them down here? He has 2, 4, 5 units that can hit, and I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I really do need both fighters. They can go 1, 2, 3, 4. I really do want both of them there. Is this enough? Or should I add extra units? I think it's okay to add a few extra units. I have quite a few guys. This is annoying. It's funny, I could actually take these guys and land in Italy if I wanted to. That's actually worth investigating now that I think about it. Oh. Let's see. Can I hit? Okay, so let me just punch that into the calculator just for the laughs. Just for the laughs. How many bombers would I have? I'd have 3, 4, 5, 9. Can these fighters reach? 1, 2, 3. I guess they could. And how many does he have there? It's not a good attack. Okay. Thought I would check. Doesn't hurt to check. Turns out it was terrible. I need to be careful of this territory, though, since his bombers can reach. Put a little exclamation point, so I keep that in mind. How many did I send here? I think it might be okay to send... Oh. I think that's probably okay. Another thing is I probably am better off using infantry from here, since these guys have more mobility options. I'm okay trading it a little bit heavier. Alright. See how this goes. Poland, that's a lot. Four bombers there. Alright. Should be fine. Excellent. Got it. Perfect. Well, you got 2 hitbacks. I guess not everything can go swimmingly. Nice. Perfect. Good. That's the average result. That was a little pathetic. Come on, guys. There were 10 of you, and 1 hit's all you can manage. Well, he didn't roll good, so it all works out in the end. Okay, I'm leaving... I guess I don't need to... no. I'll leave some units here, because what I'm a little worried about is he'll take like 8 infantry. I guess it's 10 infantry. I guess his odds are pretty terrible. His odds are pretty terrible. Hmm. Where do I want my stack? Now, when I think about it, I think I'd rather have my stack be... Let's move this here first. Let's worry about that stuff later, okay? This goes 1, 2, okay. That's safe-ish. Where do I put these bombers so they're safe? That's a serious consideration. Because I do want to get more units here to try and zone this out. You know, actually, with this battleship, I can put these here, right? I guess technically this is a better spot because I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I can go 5, 6. So I can still hit all the spots. Karelia is really where we'd like to put our bombers. Just gives us so much range. One, 2, 3. Yeah, just zones his guys out. And once we put a bomber here, it will also zone C-Zone 10 out. Where do you want to go? If I put it here, you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and die. Okay. Guess that wasn't really an option. I'll keep the destroyer here to zone out. Well, I guess I'm not really zoning anything out with those bombers there. They can reach the destroyer, which I do not want. So I'm trying to decide where I want to stack with this stack. This is my ideal place to stack because I want to try to get Southern Europe traded. I'm going to try to move most of my guys there when I can. These 2 units are here just in case to... Can he even possibly recapture Norway? Let's see. He can hit it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can hit with 10 infantry. Let's put that in the calculator real quick just to see. How would 10 infantry fare against, you know, effectively 8 infantry in a tank? It's suicide. Okay. No need to bring it. Okay, I got a lot of bombers here. I just want to make sure that he can't nuke it with planes. 1, 2, 3. Then he could go 4 potentially with 2 aircraft carrier buys, but I should have enough to defend against 4 fighters. Important to cover all your bases. I oftentimes, how do you say, play a little too quickly in these games, and for the purpose of expedience, and it results in me making a lot of mistakes. He can hit this 1, 2, 1, 2, or you can go 1, 2, 3. How safe is this from 3 fighters? Not all that safe, actually. It's a little safe. I'll put it there. Looks like he has a big chunk of units coming in through here. Ideally, this would be my dream area to put planes because it zones everything out, but He wisely put... Well, that is an idea. He has 8 planes there. No, I can't defend against 8 planes if I put all my... Even if I put all my bombers here. I'd have to move my fleet through with transports, and then he'd just sink my fleet, which wouldn't be worth it. So unfortunately, it's not safe to stack Libya with our planes, but if I could, that zones out all of his drops, which would be nice. If we can get our opponent to start buying more naval defense, that's a big win. I think we're actually, after taking Norway and sinking that fleet there, I think we're in a good position. I'm starting to feel comfortable about the game instead of like I'm about to lose, or maybe not about to lose, but on the track to lose. It's a shame these territories are going to remain German for a long time. Let's see, what do I have here? Fighter. Can you go anywhere else? Not really. Okay. Transport going there, one going 36. Guess it makes more sense for the transport to just be in 35. You can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Probably not going to really do anything with the transport here, but it's good to keep our options open. Try to get him to keep as many planes and bombers as possible, just chilling around the Pacific, not really accomplishing anything, or that's the ideal. And if he decides to pull him back, I'll just hit Alaska and be annoying. You know, in these big end games, it's all about grinding the opponent down. You have to think big picture, not small gains. Or it's important to not think, oh, I'm just going to go wipe out Berlin and take it back and win. Not going to happen. He can produce 10 a turn here, you know, a bunch in UK, fly his fighters. You're not taking Berlin unless you've choked him out everywhere else on the map. All right. Where do I want those bombers? I guess it's okay to keep putting them here. Because I do want the bombers to be in the action as quickly as possible. I want them to be able to trade, get efficient trades. The more efficient I can make these recaptures, the better. You know, if ideally I one round everything, he doesn't get any hit backs. Over time, it really adds up. Okay. And we're starting to get back there. 90 IPCs. That's hot. All right, 90 and there. Sitting at 88, so that's good. And I think a lot of it, like here, they're not going to be able to take back. So at most, they can't even... I guess he could go 1, 2, and hit both of these, but I think I'd be able to just sink... Would I be able to sink his fleet? Maybe not. Maybe he will just take some of these and hit here and here, but he doesn't have that many planes. He only has 2 fighters that reach. So, we'll have to see. And I have this, 3 bombers. Can these bombers reach? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They cannot. Okay. Anyway, let's look at the scoreboard. Yeah, we're starting to pull ahead. Yeah, gaining that permanent income, or that they can't retake, is super important. Yeah, so we'll just say the contestable income right now is 6 income, so it'll be 57, 24-ish. Yeah, we got an income lead. Okay. And another advantage you guys need to keep in mind for the Axis here is all of our power is in one faction. It's so much better to have everything in one faction than splitsies. Like, you can see United Kingdom's only at 24 IPCs a turn, and he only has 3 planes and a smattering of units hit here and there, and he just can't trade as effectively and efficiently as the US can with their planes. So that even though the IPC count is similar, their actual power is weaker. Their attacking power is much weaker because the units are split into 2 factions. Their defensive power, of course, is comparable, but yeah, I'm starting to feel optimistic about the game. All right, that's it for now. See you next time for Japan 20. Welcome back. It's Japan 20. Let's take a look at what Konradian did. Bought an aircraft carrier, 15 land units, smart to buy more naval defense, killed the transport for free, hit Bulgaria, Romania, 1 loss, no losses Poland, 2 losses in Baltic states, so he killed 7, lost 3, so pretty normal there. I'm going to buy 14 infantry, fighter, 2 bombers, and an aircraft carrier. The aircraft carrier is to harass him over here in the Pacific. And let's do the easy moves first. First, this looks like an easy Navy wipe. It's 5 versus 5, but my numbers are bigger. Should be an easy capture. Let's see here. I want to send these 2 fighters back down towards the Navy, if possible. That should work. I guess I could hit this, but that's a little interesting, actually. To potentially hit here. What would my odds be if I were to just use all of my bombers here? I mean, let's run that, plug it into the calculator to see what the calculator coon thinks of this. And it thinks it's a terrible idea. Okay. Okay. Let's go with this. He really needs to stop offering me these juicy Navy attacks. They're just giving me too much efficient trading and making it harder for him to rebuild the Navy. Wow, that was the exact amount I needed to one-round him. Shows you can never have too much overkill. Alright, and this battle is very important. Alright, well, first before I do that, let me make sure. Wait, how much range do these guys have? Let me return to the map just to check. They went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They should be safe there. Okay. Just want to make sure. Alright, that was a pretty good result. Minus 20, that's a 47 IPC profit. And that's going to also cripple his ability to... Let's take these fighters, we'll place them here. That's going to also cripple his fleet mobility. This goes 1, 2, 3. Yep, he can't reach here. Let's move these guys back. He still only has 1 bomber. I can't let him take Karelia, at least not permanently. So let's move these guys back. Let's move any air we can into Norway. Let's plop these blokes there. This bomber, I guess he can rest here, because I do want to threaten. Oh, I guess I don't really need to threaten, because there's nothing he can get into Alaska in time, so maybe I'll just bring it down here to have more units in range of Africa. Okay, let's move these guys here. This transport is going to be our wingman. And this is going to put some pressure on Brazil. Do I even want to have an infantry? Maybe I do want an infantry here just to say, hey, you better take that. See, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, I can still hit from here. You know, why even sacrifice a unit? It's gonna be, he has such a big mass here. There's no way I can do anything other than give him a 1 round, right? Why bother defending it at all? I'm gonna keep the infantry here to be able to load up towards Brazil. This should be safe against 3 fighters. I believe that's all that can reach. I don't know what I want to do with this transport. I really don't have that much work for it, so I'll just send it back towards Japan. Maybe I'll keep it here. That way I can send it to 62 if I want to keep hitting Alaska, or I can, you know, pick something up from India to reinforce Anglo, Egypt, Sudan. I am starting to feel like 3 units a turn isn't enough to hold Africa, but now with the big bomber stack here, he shouldn't have the ability to do any more Africa attacks, right? Yeah, he has no way to defend that navy. He's got some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, I can hit this entire area here, and he has no chance. Yeah, he can hit 1, 2, 3, 4. He can hit there with 4 bombers. Let me just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, let me quickly see what his odds are if he just does like a pure air raid, because I suppose hypothetically he could hit with all 10 fighters if he decided to buy a bunch of aircraft carriers, which doesn't really make sense from any logical perspective. But it's good to cover your bases just to see. Okay. It's not a good attack for him. Well, I guess technically if he sacrifices, if he builds 4 aircraft carriers, he goes 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess he could hit it with the UK, right? He could hit it with 4 infantry. He's got 5 planes. Let me quickly take a gander. Do I want to stack this turn here? That's the question. Do I want to stack that area with bombers? Well, I do, but I think maybe I should just have... You know, it just, him doing that sort of attack just doesn't make any sense. Like, that's just so many IPCs worth of aircraft carrier. In order for it to be a IPC positive attack, he'd have to buy 2 aircraft carriers. No, that's not even IPC positive. Let's compromise here. 5 bombers. Five bombers should be good enough for us. That way, if he does do some weird suicide sacrificial attack, I'll only be down 5 bombers instead of 8. And if... I guess he'd need to buy 3 aircraft carriers for it to be IPC positive. But at the same time, having 5 bombers should shut down anything he wants to try to defend here. The most he can defend with is an aircraft carrier and 2 fighters, which 5 bombers should shut down. So let's hedge. Let's discourage that sort of crazy play that he hypothetically could do. Okay, I like this. This should be ultra safe. If he wants Karelia, he's going to have to take it lightly and hopefully pull back. I think we're winning the income game here, so no need to take any big risks. Just play it slow and steady. Aircraft carrier. 2 guys there, 1 there. Always want 3 there. Yeah, it's a little awkward. I don't like buying the aircraft carrier because it's such a big expense, but I think it's worth it to try to pin more units over in America. Worst case scenario, he just has to keep bombers over here that aren't doing anything. Best case, we keep trading Alaska, we get more income, we distract him, and there's some value to just being annoying. And now we got most of his navy shut down, and wait, where are my bombers? Oh, they're hidden under the industrial complex. See that? Yeah, we got the navy shut down. We got a bead over here on Brazil, and I think we're going to be doing better and better as this game goes on. $88 income. I guess, yeah, we didn't retake Baltic states. So 88 income. I think the income's starting to stabilize. They're at 70, 81 income. But I think we can chase them out of Africa pretty soon. Like, this is going to be ours. Then they can't add any more units here, so eventually I'm going to have a big enough stack to take all of this. Maybe I should have left an infantry here to bait him into attacking it. I don't know. But taking Norway is just such a huge position. It's super obnoxious with our navy here. Or our bombers. It just makes holding a navy so difficult, especially when he... I don't know if it was a blunder, but he definitely should have landed some fighters on that to protect it. Because that was an easy swing. And now, with how many units we're sending towards Europe, he's going to have trouble affording a navy. I mean, he's got 53, 30 of that's got to go towards just buying infantry here and have fun, building a navy with 20 IPCs a turn when I'm buying 3 to 4 planes each turn. It's not possible. Unless that's all UK dedicates their existence to. But even then, I don't think they can do it because you can only build up to 8 units a turn, and I'm just going to have a big fat plane force that's only going to get bigger each turn. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time for Japan 21. Welcome back. It's Japan 21. Let's take a look what Konradian did. Bought 2 destroyers, an aircraft carrier, and 9 infantry, so he's trying to rebuild his navy. For combat, he took Bulgaria, took Poland, failed Karelia, but still wiped it, and we skunked him in French Equatorial. I guess it was just 2 infantry versus 1. And as UK, he bought 3 infantry, a fighter, and just walked into Karelia. So for this turn, I'm just going to buy an AA gun for Norway, so I don't have to have so many units there. I'm going to buy a sub to hopefully make his navy positioning a little harder, and a couple fighters because I feel I'd like to have some. So let's start out with I don't know if I want to call it the easy moves, but let's try to get him to trade units here. I think I'm going to go after Brazil. It's a 50-50 battle as to whether he wins it or not if he sends these 4 units and these fighters, so I think that's decent odds. And here's the strange thing I noticed in his play is he hit here. He stacked here, but he does not have enough units to protect himself. Like, I ran the calculator, and it should be a 70 IPC positive battle for me. So with that in mind, I guess I'll also just hit these 2 territories, because why not? Well, maybe I won't, actually. Maybe in case this battle goes really bad, I'll just hold these guys in reserve so I can retreat and have some reserve. It's a 94% to clear, 65% to capture, but there's quite a bit of variation in the dice there. Let me see, can this guy reach anywhere? No. These guys 1, 2, 3, 4. That looks fine. Oh yeah, I'm going to take Alaska. He moved his bombers away, so I'm going to move in to pressure Alaska and Western U.S. force a response from him there, just to be as annoying as possible. This should be a strong battle, right? Let me just make sure. I have 55 units. He has 29, 38, 39, 47. Okay, yeah, this should be a really good battle. I'm surprised he gave it to me. Well, of course, take it. Actually, can they... Where can you guys hit? Can you guys hit there? You cannot. Okay. And it'll be nice if we can fully capture Africa. That would be fantastic. Alright. Yeah, I'll just keep those guys back just in case something goes terribly wrong. Okay, let's do the unimportant battles first. Probably should have only sent one unit there, but I want to try to force him to drain units quickly or risk air, since he's going to have trouble reinforcing. Nice, we got it. Okay, let's do the big boy battle here. How many hits should I have gotten on the first round, out of curiosity? Let me see. I should get 18 hits. I got 21, so that's pretty good. He should get 18 hits too. He got 20. Okay. So we're both hitting above our weight class. Wow, that was way below here. I think we keep going. We're almost into the juicy plains. And of course I'm going to follow through. I want the plains. It's 5 artillery. Okay, and that's a huge victory for us. Look at that huge value swing. Yeah, it was calculated to be a 70 IPC positive battle. Actually, sorry. Well, my average loss should have been 125. So we lost 4 IPCs less than expected. So, I'll take that as a win in terms of the average result, not the weighted average. I think that might cause him to just concede. That's pretty big. Whoopsie doodle. I'll just leave 1 unit there. I think I can start moving these guys out. Just put everything I need in Norway. Put the fighters here, aircraft carriers there. Move these blokes up. I guess this is a good spot for the bombers, because it can potentially hit their navy if they decide to come around. I guess I could just move this forward. It's not like they're doing anything anyway. Let's see, how many infantry am I building? I have more than enough for all my complexes, so I'm just going to keep these guys here to potentially load into Australia, or Alaska rather, if I need them to. I guess the rest will move forward. This is very safe now that we've eliminated a lot of their fighters, so I'm going to move the more offensive artillery up. It'll be interesting to see how this turns out, if he decides to hit it, but that was a huge value swing. We are, well, it wasn't as much of an attack power swing as I thought. I thought I'd be even farther ahead than that, but I guess not. Let's see, is this safe? He has 1 infantry, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, and 7 planes I can hit there. That should be safe. And we'll leave him this if he wants to try for it. In fact, I'd love for him to take that so Japan can take that income off of the Germans' hands. Okay. Is that good? Okay. Guess I'll... Oh, it scares me sometimes. Like, where are my bombers? But I couldn't see my bombers. I'm like, where are my bombers? You guys ever do that where you're like, did I just mess up? Did I just done goof? I guess I can put this here. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. Is that an okay place for the bombers? I guess this is a good place for them now that this is safe, right? He can hit it with 7. Let me just double check there. Yeah, it's pretty darn safe. Maybe I can put 1 fighter here. Or... I want to get the fighters, another fighter down over here, but this will either be wiped or it won't, so I guess that's fine. Alright, well, I'll just put another dude there. $93 feels good. Okay, yeah, that is a pretty hefty attack power lead. And as you can see, we're taking the income lead. It's 93 to his... what is he at? 80... 89? I guess it's pretty close, but I think we're on our way to just... You know, it's going to be... How's he going to get through 11 bombers and still hold Berlin? Like, he's not. Like, we're good. So, yeah, he can't... Africa's... Once we whittle this little... these little units down here, we should be able to fully take over Africa. We're starting to take some of these little islands. 50-50 on whether he wipes this or not. But even if he does, that's fine. I'll just sink whatever's left, reset his fleet again. And we're starting to trade really efficiently. We got rid of a lot of planes there. So I think this game is quickly reaching its conclusion. All right, that's it for now. Catch you next time for Japan 22. All right. Well, it looks like Konradian threw in the towel there. Can't say I blame him. That was a huge value shift. You know, he just doesn't have anything going for him. We have, let's see, what's the I'm just going to say the income's probably going to stabilize around here, 73 to 93. In fact, eventually we're going to take these territories back and contest here. We just have more income. He just doesn't have a good position to get anything done, and since we have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 bombers and counting, he just has no opportunity to build a fleet while continuing to produce units in Berlin. So that was a very exciting game. I honestly cannot believe we took it to the finish line. I just felt like I was just getting hit with misfortune after misfortune, and then the defense profile not applying on Berlin, and then after that, just such a miserable game. But we got there, so thank you everyone for watching through to the end, and especially the subscribers, commenters, and the paying YouTube members. You guys are the best, and I will see you next time.